Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds.
I really feel like the theme of this new year, at least for right now, for sure, going into it. I'm not going to go into it with resolutions, okay? That's first things first. I'm not going in it with resolutions. I'm going to go in it with really understanding like the art of alchemy and the transmutation of energy, which is basically the same thing. Because that's the only way I really feel like we're going to make it through this. There's so many amazing things in store for sure. Most definitely. Like, really understanding, like, prioritizing, listening to yourself. Within listening to yourself is the resolutions. You just don't have to necessarily, like, declare it. Because then I feel like, at least for me, like, as soon as I declare it, it kind of becomes a test that I just fail. When I was doing fine before, and then I'll just like fail it immediately. So instead of making it into a declaration, just go with the feeling and really transmute and really be like, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity to transmute this information. Taking care of what's in front of you and not worrying about the rest. To really understand that everything is happening for a reason. I don't want to not show up as my authentic self. Listen to yourself, people, okay? You are more than equipped. I will give you that. More than equipped to be able to listen to yourself. You're going to feel so much better when you listen to yourself. And like I said, it really comes from not answering right away. It doesn't matter how many times somebody calls you. It doesn't matter how many times somebody asks you. Even people that are close to you. And it's like, some people were calling that were close to me because they really just want to know how I'm doing. But even them, like, if I don't want to answer right then and there, if I don't want to respond, like, I'm doing good, I'm doing this, I'm like, this is happening, like, oh, I'm just checking in on the status of that, like, I don't want to. Like, I want to give the most elevated answers and be at my most elevated frequency, and not just because, you know, there's so many blessings coming in that I'm like, oh, I want to show up for these blessings, and I don't want to reject or not answer. But we need to declare what is a blessing. That's another thing too, because Satan gives out blessings too, on this earth, that are only valid on this earth, if you will. He gives out a lot of money. He gives out a lot of tangible things in a freaking great time. He knows exactly what strings to pull. So I really feel like this year, making sure that you answer when you're ready, you respond when you're ready. Like, there is nobody under this God's green earth that can put any sort of pressure on you. Okay? And if you feel yourself putting pressure, like, on anyone, you need to check yourself. Or on anything. Because it's not only ones, it's things too. Like, if you feel yourself putting pressure on things, like, oh my gosh, like, you need to just transmute. What's happening right now? Let's make whatever is happening in front of us right now, even if it's just sleep, the most best sleep ever. Okay? Even if it's just a bath, the most best bath ever. And not even by doing too much. If you want to do a lot, do it. You want to do all this extra stuff, do it. But, like, what's in front of you, right? Just drinking a cup of coffee at work, whatever you're physically doing at work, like, get in a zone of, like, you run this ship, okay? Keep God by your side too. That's another thing. You know, sometimes our emotions, our initial emotions, sometimes don't coincide with what we know God wants for us, and we got to be really careful with that as well. And I really feel like it's not what I feel, it's the truth. The world is set up to do everything contrary to what God wants for us. And we don't want anything that doesn't align with what God wants for us. So yes, even though we have certain desires that we've had for a long time now, okay? Wants, dreams, aspirations. What good is it if it doesn't align with what God wants for us? Do we really want it? No, we don't. And we really only want what's true, right? What's real, what's authentic. It's kind of like the food. Like, How scary is it eating right now? Because everything is made in the lab, down to the wings, the chicken wings that we're eating, down to the apples that we're eating. The apples aren't even rotting anymore. Forget about ice cream. Ice cream doesn't melt. You know, this is the world we're living in, right? So when you find that one real thing, right? When you find that one real aspect in life, when you find that one real nugget, that one real person, that one real experience that's, like I said, physically in front of you, what's important to you is always going to choose you. What's supposed to be prioritized as important will always be right there. You won't have to search for it. You won't have to look for it. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to do nothing. Like, it will be there, and you will be there, and it will run. Feel me? It will run. And yeah, transmuting that energy, keeping your energy just like clear. Be like, okay, yeah, I responded like this. Maybe I'm not too proud of that, you know, but like I said, just the art of just, you know, understanding, like, no, you got a lot going on, and it is what it is. So what you need to do is you just need to, like, kind of just slow down and understand, like, yes, a lot of things need your attention right now. So just understand that the things that really need your attention right now may affect how you respond to the new things that are coming in. And that's why all you have to do is just take your time. Because, like I said, you run this. And, like, God is right there, like, watching to see what you're going to do. And watching to see, at least, if you catch yourself. Watch to see, like, you know, at the end of the day, this is the last thing I'm going to say, like, finding yourself leaning on anything else other than God for, like, the ultimate realness and the ultimate comfort and the ultimate, like, unconditional love and presence, you're going to fail. Miserably, you will fail. Okay? Even if you have kids, like, they're their own person. Okay? They cannot be the driving force of what makes you happy, and their presence, of course, is important, but everything that you do needs to align with, like, understanding that God gave that to you. You know, it's like how I deal with my vulnerability at this time is super, super important and essential. But either way, from moment to moment, okay, 2025 is whatever you make of it. I want y'all to think of it like a harvest. Again, for the 100th time. Everything we do is planting seeds that are going to grow into something else, okay? And at any time, you know you could take that seed and repot it, right? You can take that same seed that maybe wasn't in the best environment. Maybe it was like in a little cup, styrofoam, whatever. Like, oh, let me do a little bit of research and how to maybe put it in this, whether it's like a greenhouse, or freaking take a Coke bottle and then put that on the top so that way it steams, and like it will reap a different result. So it's never too late. It's never too like, oh my gosh, I messed everything up. Oh my gosh, like, no, it's like literally like, you know, feel your way through this stuff and make it fun, of course, make it whimsical. Make it smooth as you can, and just be really gentle with yourself at this time, and know, like, whatever's not for you is going to just continue to fall off and shed, because you already know that, you know yourself, and you know your intentions, and not everybody's going to align with your intentions and the purity of, like, how you move in your intentions, meaning, like, when I say purity, I mean, like, it's only going to align to this direction. So, yeah, along the way, people are going to be like, that's stupid. They're going to use these words. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's, like, doesn't make any sense. And that's okay. Those are actually signals for you guys to know, like, I really like this thing, but boop, you just said, like, a signal word that lets me know, like, it's you know, like, have your projections in line, making sure that you're staying plugged in. If you feel yourself getting a little wiggly as far as the plug, stop everything you're doing. Drop everything you're doing. Go outside so that way you're not distracted, and plug yourself back in. The worst thing you could do is completely unplug yourself, okay? And just know, I'm always here, even telepathically. Like, you don't even physically need to speak to me. You don't need to write to me. Like, I'm wishing the best for myself and for all of you guys, okay? I love you guys so much. And I will definitely catch you guys on the next one, okay? Bye.